Coming on stage, we have my little sister. We're working with New Balance. I've gotten really cool with a lot of the ambassadors. And it's been cool because it's been organic. It hasn't been like, we're going to pair this athlete with this designer and they're not going to speak again. The ambassadors that New Balance have, I'm blessed to have a real relationship with them. I had the opportunity to work with her, which we'll talk about that in a little bit. But my little sister, Storm Reid, come on the stage.
Hi, people. Hi, Chicago.
Hi, Chicago. How do you feel about Chicago?
I love Chicago. I was actually here in August. 2 of my best friends are from here. So I love it. The city's so cool, especially when the weather's nice, like this little cold rain situation y'all got going on. Not my favorite, but like summer, spring, I love Chicago.
Food, what did you eat while you've been here so far?
I haven't eaten much today because I got in this morning, but I hear y'all have good pizza, but I can't get into like the Chicago pizza. Like I need you
I'm gonna be real with you. I don't know, and maybe I'm lying to like Chicagoans, but I don't think real Chicagoans like deep dish pizza either like that.
Okay.
Am I lying? I don't like.
No.
Like once every 3 years, I might be bored and be like, "Fuck it."
Let's have a deep dish pizza.
But yeah, it's like that's for tourists.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. I need some good recs though, because I want to continue to like be here, come back. I love it here, so need some good recs.
All right, so let's talk about where you from. I think I actually just before it says left Atlanta, shooting some content out there, but
cool.
I look at Atlanta like Chicago's like cousin. A lot of people from Chicago. I don't know from the map perspective. It's just a lot of people's cousins always are coming from Atlanta or Mississippi, Alabama.
Right.
But talk about where you're from.
Yeah, I'm from Atlanta. I love Atlanta real bad. I've been living in LA since I was 9, but like I don't claim LA at all. But I think there's just something so culturally rich about the city and just like, you know, being able to be around your family and friends. It just feels like a breath of fresh air because it's just my mom and I in LA. So when I get to go home, it's like a recharge. I get to see my siblings, my cousins, uncles, aunts. Like it just is a reminder of where I came from and like the city that made me who I am. And I just love it so much. I try to get back as much as possible.
Yeah, I don't know why it's like this. So like we like producing some content, right? And we usually do most of you've met most of my team.
Yeah, right.
But I fell in love with Atlanta like a week ago. Again, I love Atlanta, but like it's just like a rich. It's a ton of like black people doing stuff, and it's just easy for us to find land and things to shoot.
Right.
I think we're gonna try to make it our like mission to start shooting in Atlanta more.
Okay,
and it's just cheaper than
cool.
Chicago.
Exactly.
So yeah, I love Atlanta.
Yeah, me too.
You know, just getting into like starting your career, and I love your mom, by the way. She be on set. I wish I could come here, you get on stage too, but I just like wonder what was that like first like moment, because I guess so for me, you know, I really my parents, they not here so I can diss them. They didn't really believe. You know, some black parents, they gotta like see you in the newspaper first. It's like the newspaper's the thing. We don't care what you do. You open up a little store, whatever. But he's on the news. He's in the newspaper. So it took a while for my family to really get in tune to for support, I would say. But it seems like you had the support of your mom and your family from the beginning. I wonder what was that big, like as a child, like what was the moment where you was like, oh, I'm an actress, I can like do this, like, you know, what was that push that you?
Yeah, I mean, this is solely like to be an actress. This was solely my decision. I woke up on a whim one morning, 3 years old, and I went to my mom. I was like, this is a true story. I want to be on TV and I want to be a superstar. And she made me repeat myself. I said it again, and she's like, "Oh, okay." So we took some pictures. She sent them to like a couple local agencies, and then like I started acting a couple months later, like doing print and commercials. So I've been doing this since I was 3. So I think before I could even recognize it, I was just saying something that I wanted to do that was interesting and fun to me. But before I could even realize it, like that support was there, and I feel like it's only been amplified and it's only grown and been nurtured. Like at the end of the day, like, my mom's one of the only people that I have. So support in business and support in personal, like, that is there, and I think has built a firm foundation for where I am today. Because, like, support can be, you know, not the most, you know, warm fuzzy thing all the time. Like, support might be you need to get your stuff together. Support might mean, okay, well, this is not working, so how are we gonna make this work? So I feel like she's just been a not only a great mom, but like a great businesswoman to help me get to the place that I am
today. Go ahead, cry. But she's amazing though. When I got to work with you, which I'll talk about CAU before, y'all connection was like super cute.
That's bestie or whatever.
But like, all right, and I hate when people ask me this question, so I'm sorry to do this, but like, because people ask me, hey Joe, what was your big break? I feel like I had like different moments in life. It wasn't like, I don't think I had like one big break. I just had moments every few months since I was a teenager that's like propelled my career. Do you consider yourself to have like one big break? Was it a commercial you was in? Like one of your first like films? Like what would you think like was your first big like break?
Yeah, I mean, I think, like I said, I've been acting for so long and have been putting in so much work since I was 3 that maybe I don't really recollect or remember when I felt like, oh, this is how I know I made it, or this is how this is the feeling that I was chasing. Like, this is what I've been wanting to do. But I think when I got to LA and, you know, acting in Atlanta back then, it was fun. It was student films, it was commercials, but it wasn't really like, nothing was popping off for real. So then when we transitioned to LA, the opportunities started to arise. So I think when I was able to like audition and book shows on like, you know, the major networks that I grew up watching, like even if it was a guest starring role, I'm like, oh yeah, like this is real cool. I think other people on the outside looking in consider my big break the movie I did. I think people consider that to be my big break. But do you? I would say yes. I owe and I'm forever indebted to that opportunity because I definitely feel like I wouldn't be in the place that I am today without that opportunity. But I feel like I was just like, oh, this is what's happening. Like, oh, this is what I'm supposed to do. God put this opportunity in my life for a reason. Like, let's go do it. I don't think I operate from a space of like, okay, we got to meet this goal, or okay, like this is what I'm gonna do, or this is how I feel like I need to make it to a certain space to feel proud of myself, if that makes sense.
No, for sure. I mean, that's how I try to operate too. It's just like, you know, I think it's good to have like a 4-year plan, blah, 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 but I think I kind of my success has been like living in the moment and like working for now, like what's project is happening now. But, you know, as I get bigger, I'm planning out years and years in advance, whatever, but I think starting off, it was just like the things I got to do to be here now and continue to win. But it's funny, that's like the first movie, I watched it with my daughter. I even won an award, like, how did that feel?
I don't know, it's a very surreal feeling. I don't think I've processed it yet. I mean, it just happened in January, so I sometimes like sneak into the room that it's in. I'm not finna tell y'all which room it is in my mama's house, but I'll like sneak into the room and like just stare at it and like, wow, like this is really my life, and I put years into that gold trophy, so it feels good, but it doesn't like, it throws me off when people say it, or like that's how people introduce me now. I'm like, oh, yeah, that did happen.
Did you like practice your speech? I always wonder how people do that.
I didn't. So of course, as the award show was, you know, creeping up, I wanted to write something, but I didn't think I was gonna win at all whatsoever. So every time I would like go to my notes app to like write something down, it just felt forced and like not organic. And I was just like, I'm not gonna win anyway, so you wasting your time. So then when we got to the moment and they called my name, I just had to say what my heart was telling me to say.
I love it.
Yeah.
And then like, What's like I guess I'm always intrigued by different industries and like the community, or like, is it like beef or not that? Because I mean, I can sit here on the stage right now and be like, all the people that be dropping sneakers, I love them. It's a community. We all work together, but it's not really like that.
Exactly.
There's certain people I don't like, you know what I'm saying? There's certain, you know, but I guess in like the young acting community, because I feel like, I don't know, is it a sense of like community? Like, is it like, and when I say that, it's just like, I think for me, I love talking to like the younger collaborators, because I think once you reach a certain stage in your career, and like my world, everybody like keep information to themselves. So it's just like, this person is not going to say what he signed for because he don't want that person to know. And but
the whole thing.
Yeah, so like that's why I try to like talk to the young designers like, yo, you should go to a brand, ask for this, ask for that, whatever. Right. Is it like that? Do y'all like, you know, like, is it? There you go. I look at your face. You're like,
Yeah, I mean, it's conversations amongst us. So like, let's just be honest.
Yeah.
I feel like with any industry, there are going to be people that you genuinely like and support and want to see win and want to spend time with outside of what y'all are doing. And then there's just people that, no, you don't. So that's what it is for me. I've never been the person to be able to like make friends easy. Like, I'm gonna sit in the corner, I'm gonna suss you out. Like, I want a genuine, real connection. So when I got to LA at 9 years old, like, I just wanted to make friends. And I found myself trying to make friends with people like that are in the industry, or that like, oh, I know her outside, but like I see her at auditions and like we see each other at these little events. Like, oh yeah, maybe we can be friends. But then the conversation is surrounded by, oh, so like, what did you audition for? Or like, did you get a call back for this? And did you do this? And did you do that? I'm not interested in that. I want to know how to make slime. Like, at the time, like, can we make slime and friendship bracelets? Like, let's just kick it. So obviously, like, that's transitioned into, it's not that supportive. It's not. If we're being honest, there are a few people that I feel like genuinely, truly want to see me and others win, and they are going to be of support. They are going to be, like you said, like, try to give resources. Hey, like, I know a person that can do this. Let me connect you with this person. Like, there are people in this industry and in LA specifically that I know, that I care about, that I love truly, that do that and have done that, and I hopefully will continue to do that. And I hope that I can add myself to that group of people, like having this conversation. But then there's other people that, like, they're supportive on social media. It's sis on social media. It's, I'm so proud of you on social media. They don't feel like that in real life. And even if they don't say it, you feel it. You feel it all over them. When you see them at an event, it's just like the demeanor changes, and it's not in a good way. You cooking.
I feel it. No, I feel it. I mean, it's similar. It's similar. Yeah. And that's why I think one of the biggest things that I was a fan of with you is your friends. Mm-hmm. Every time I see you, you with the same group of girls. And I think that's so cool. I think, and I get into this though, when we first shot Conversations Amongst Us, and I love that, and I feel the same way too, because like, it's like sometimes we feel like we got to do the industry thing. Mm-hmm. We got to rub shoulders with the people that's in our industry, but like, you look around, you be like, y'all kind of lame.
Very.
You know what I'm saying?
And boring and no personality.
Yeah.
It's terrible.
Yeah. But all right, New Balance. I think sometimes in this space, I hate when people compare me to certain people. You gotta be f***ed up. I don't. Yeah. I'm not.
No, that's not that. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I get you.
But I remember New Balance. Yes. How did you start working with New Balance? Explain that.
Yeah. I've obviously have always been familiar with New Balance as a brand for my whole life, basically. But I am a big sneakerhead. Like, love sneakers, love like fashion, streetwear, just like I just love fashion as a whole, but specifically sneakers. Like when I would get a little paycheck from a project that I did, okay, we're gonna take a little bit of money and we're gonna buy us some sneakers. Like that was my thing. So I feel like I put that out on social media, and not in a way to like, oh hey, like I'm a sneakerhead. It's just like, this is what I like. These are my interests. So I think we started having the conversations with the New Balance fam like right before COVID happened. So, you know, the world was weird and like we were all in our houses preparing for what that was. But we started talking to the New Balance team, and it took a while because, again, COVID. But from the very first conversation I had with them, I knew that if I were to be a part of this brand, it would feel like a family. I feel like sometimes you are a part of brands, whether that's an ambassador or you just do a post or whatever that capacity is, it feels very transactional. Like, this is what we want you to do. These are the post guidelines. This is what to do, what not to do. Then here's your check. It wasn't that, and it didn't even feel like that. It was like, this is going to be a true collaboration. This is going to be a partnership. We care about what you want. Like, what do you want to see happen in the world? Like, this is not just about repping the brand and some shoes and some clothes. Like, this is way deeper than that, and I feel like this is a perfect example of, like, this is a brand that invests in us and, like, really wants us to be as big as we want to be, and they're there to support that. So I felt that from the very first call, and now I'm going on like year 5 with New Balance, so I love them.
I compare this to like being signed to like a indie label, in a sense of like, because even when what was it, like a year? It was just like the festival that I last saw you at.
Yeah.
It was super cool that you, I know you was out there with New Balance, but when I came to like the house, y'all was all vibing. It was the New Balance people, your friends, and I was just like, I don't know if the world know like that side of it. It's just like, it was so much sisterhood, and like y'all was kicking it, and it was just like, it's deeper than just like signing to a brand and then wearing the shoes and whatever. It felt like, I remember like, that's super cool.
Yeah, no, it's truly like family. Like, this relationship has transitioned to people like coming over for dinner and like birthday trips and birthday parties and surprise birthday parties. Like, this is a true friendship.
All right, releasing your first shoe.
Yes.
Let's get into that. Like, how did that feel? I know that's like a big moment for us all. Anxiety. Whew. Is it gonna sell out? Do people like it?
Yeah.
How was it releasing your first shoe?
It was an amazing feeling. I obviously, you know how long it takes to
explain from your perspective.
To come together. So, I knew that I was going to be able to do a shoe with New Balance, and I finally went to the headquarters in Boston for the first time, and like they took me around the campus and like gave me the lay of the land, and then they just like brought out these massive books of like fabric and designs and shoelaces and like everything that goes into making a shoe what it is. So I was able to create the shoe that I wanted, and of course their team is so brilliant. They were so helpful in like, you know, helping me cultivate my ideas, and I went back a few times, a lot of meetings, and then we finally like got to the final design, and then it's like a waiting game. It's like, okay, we have this thing in the universe a little bit, but like, is it gonna work? How are people gonna like it? Like you said, there's a lot of thought that goes into making a shoe what it is. Then they started sending samples over, and that's when it started to feel very real. Like, this is not just on a computer. This is not somebody's like slide deck. Like, this is actually in my hand, and I feel like the first time that I saw it, I was blown away, because I am such a sneakerhead, and like that has been my dream my entire life. Like, I want to have a sneaker, and it's there. It's like I made it. It was a beautiful thing. So fast forward, it released, and I think the shoe is a true representation of who I am. Like, the sole has like the lightning bolts on it, and then it has like the Matthew 17:20 and my favorite color. It's just everything that makes me me and everything that represents Storm. I think I just like spitballed on the shoe, and people loved it. And I don't wear mines as much because I don't like getting them dirty. Like, I just like to keep them in the closet. But one of my managers, she wears hers all the time. Like, one of my best friends, those are her church shoes, she calls them. So like, people wear the shoe.
Your phone on fire when you drop, like, people, friends want a pair?
Oh yeah, no, can we have a pair? Of course, I got a seating list, but like, not everybody made it on the seating list. So then I was getting texts like, hey, where are my shoes? It's like, they're coming. Yeah. But no, it was just a really cool experience, a really cool feeling. And like, now I have something in the world that people have. Like, that's mine that I created, and now you're putting it on your foot. That's a dope feeling.
And to be real with you, like, I asked New Balance for your shoes for my daughter. And it really, like, it was cool because my daughter's a big fan of you.
Oh.
And it was like, that stuff is very inspirational for like young women. You know what I'm saying? Like, everybody don't got to be like a fashion designer or this and that. So I think that was super cool. How many samples? Because I'm always be like, so when you first got your sample, was you happy? Or was you like, I want to see it again?
It was actually a whole different colorway.
Okay.
So they sent over 2 options. I liked one more than the other. I think we did do a little back and forth. There was like, oh, can we tweak this? Oh, can we tweak that? And then we changed the color completely. And then it was like basically going back to the drawing board. But I think where we landed, specifically for the CT302, yes. The CT302, like, it just looked good on that silhouette.
Shifting gears, I think one of the coolest things about you, amongst a lot, is when we were working with each other, we started like to work with each other for conversation amongst us. I remember like somebody at New Balance like, yo, we gotta wait till like Storm get out of class. I'm like, class? What the, what? I think you deciding to go to college and like while you have your career, can you talk about that? It seems like you have a lot going on, but I think that's so cool that you still live your like college life.
I'm so grateful that I made the decision to go to the university that I'm at. But I didn't think, since I've been acting since I was 3, I didn't really think of college as a part of like my life or my plan. I was like, oh, I've already figured out what I'm doing. Here's what it is, like, boom. And as a young person, I found myself being very frustrated with academics and school sometimes, because it was like I either got it real fast and would be bored, or if I didn't get it, I would get real frustrated. So it was just like not the best, thing for me. And then I was homeschooled during high school, so it just wasn't in my plans. But in COVID, thankfully, I was able to work through COVID. I was super duper busy, strangely. But I was feeling very fulfilled as a young person working. But I was like, dang, like, I just want to go to the football games. Like, I want to go to the parties. Like, what is that like? And I know it could sound very like strange to somebody, because like, you are so privileged and you get to travel the world and you get to work and you get to make money. Yes, I am so thankful for that. But on the other side of that, there are young people at the football game right now. And I want to see what that feels like. So I applied to 4 colleges. I got into 3 of the 4. I chose the school that I'm at now, and it is literally the best decision that I've made. Like, I feel like I've met my lifelong friends. I've been able to like grow up. College forces you to be an adult and have responsibility and make your own schedule and like go spread your wings and make mistakes and learn and like be in the world. So of course, I'm so grateful to be able to be in the dramatic arts program where I can further my craft and like learn things, because yes, that's important. But I think college is more so about like becoming an adult.
When you release product that people go crazy about, it the downside of that is just like you get like hateful comments and hateful DMs and I didn't get your shoes. I hate you.
Yeah.
That used to really bother me. At school, do you deal with like any like weird behavior? Like, how do you deal with that? Like,
yes. Okay. So when I first got to school, it was 2021. The show that I was on, that was a big deal. So when I got to campus, there was a lot of like head turns and staring and a lot of things happening. But I made a promise to myself that I'm at school just like the rest of y'all. Like, I am a student. So I told myself that I wasn't going to take pictures on campus, that I'm going to politely decline and say, I'm here for school. Like, I'm not here to...
So you tell people...
Yeah,
that's lit.
Yeah.
Wait. So if people ask to take a picture with you at school, you be like, nah?
Yeah, I was eating in the Village the other day, and this is what I was gonna say. So I find that every start of a new semester, when new people or new kids come in and they're not used to seeing me, because I'm always on campus, especially when I lived on campus. Like, I'm always on campus. You see me going to class, I'm on my scooter, I'm walking with my friends. Like, it's not like I'm going to class and then trying to dip and hide. Like, no, I'm here for school. So I think when the new students come in, they're not used to seeing me. I think people really don't care at this point anymore. But I do still get the freshmen or the spring admins that, oh my God, like, you're Storm. Like, can I take a picture? I'm like, hi, no, like, what's your name? What's your major? What's your year? I don't take pictures on campus. We can have a conversation. I'm not being mean. I'm not telling you to F off, but I'm here as a student.
I struggle with that. So that's like, so cool to hear you say that, because sometimes I'll be like, and you can deal with this. Sometimes you just like going to the gas station, you just don't anything, and people want to take a picture with you. Yeah. And just like sometimes I like struggle with saying
it's so difficult.
No.
It's so difficult because I don't want to say no. Even when I'm on campus and I've made this promise to myself, a promise that I need to keep for myself, I find myself like, oh, am I gonna say no? Or ooh, I don't want to hurt their feelings. Like, ooh, but it's a struggle, and I know people say like, well, this is what you signed up for. This is what the territory comes with. Yes,
people say that.
And like you said, I just want to go get some gas. I want to go in the gas station in my hoodie and my sweatpants, and I don't necessarily want to take a picture.
Yeah. And then clapping back at people. I seen, so I was gonna text you one day, like, girl, if you don't delete that tweet. But how do you, as you continue to grow and like, I'm pretty sure you deal with negative comments. Like, I guess like, you ever had that pep talk with yourself? Like, maybe I shouldn't, they got me up, but maybe I should just not post this, or how do you deal with that? I love asking my friends this because we all struggle with this at times.
It's hard. The majority of the time, I don't give a damn.
Yeah.
I just don't. Like, I don't care. I'm not one to care. I'm not in the business of caring. Like, you feel like that? Okay, cool. Has it gotten to me before? Of course. And you have to sit yourself down and say, like, oh, like, this is affecting you, but at the end of the day, this is somebody affecting you on the other side of a screen. Like, they're not in your face. They're not living your life. You don't know what they're going through. They don't know what you're going through. But then it's a fine line, because I might not care, but I'm petty. I am petty.
You know what I do now? I gotta stop.
I'm petty.
I send, and I didn't know until a couple of months ago you could screenshot voice memos. But when somebody says something to me that I just don't like, instead of like DMing them, somebody was like, bro, your clothes be weak as hell. So I went to all his photos and I liked them, and I sent them a whole bunch of voice memos just cursing them out. Because I thought you couldn't screenshot that. I didn't realize you could, but it gets a struggle sometimes, because people really be like, but to your point, you don't know what they're doing on the other side.
Exactly.
And you got to remember that we're blessed. I know I got time for this today, but it's just like the grand scheme of thing, we don't. You know what I mean? So
right. So yeah, I try not to feed into it. I try not to be petty, but I do have my moments where, like, okay, I got a good comeback for that. Right? I'm a just do it and see how I go.
All right, this is pretty much almost a wrap. But one thing I want to say is I really appreciate you.
Oh, I appreciate you.
When we produced those visuals about 2-3 years ago, I think
time flies.
Right?
It's crazy.
But we did the girls in the bathroom and how women communicate without like talking, and like this was my first time, and I love being behind the camera nowadays. Like clothes and shoes is cool, but working with you, really, it was the first time I worked with a real actor. So it was like you were professional. You wasn't ready to go. You knocked out your scenes, and that was like really, really cool for me to see. I'm so used to like working with like models, but it was like my first time working with somebody like to write this script with my team, and like you were so nice to my team. It was just like, so I really, really appreciate that. That was the confidence I needed, that like, oh, I can like do this. So thank you very much for that.
No, thank you. And I just want to like give you your flowers too. Like, you are such a visionary, and when people say Joe Fresh Goods, I don't think about the shoes and the clothes first. I think about the creative things that you put in the world, and I'm so passionate and such an advocate for being a part of things that you truly like care about, that are saying things that are representative of the world that we live in. And I think everything that you do, whether it is something for the community or it is for a release for a shoe or some clothes, like there's meaning, there's intention, there's love behind it, and you can feel that and you see that, and to be able to like work closely with you in those moments is just super cool and super fun, and like you make us proud.
Appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.